I'm serious.
Yeah. Oh!
Hold on.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't even have my microphone over here. I don't even have this open. Okay. 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 Oh, good. Good. Let's see how this sounds.
You want to check it out?
Yeah, give me a little.
Hey,
give
check
me
it out.
This,
Check
we're
it out.
testing the microphone.
Hey, everybody, we're testing out microphones, but we're about to start the Monday Mass.
Testing the mics out. It sounds so good.
Today is June 3rd,
Bro.
2024, and we are back live in person.
Well, I'm not recording yet. Oh, you're talking to them.
Yeah.
Okay, tell them one more thing, and then I'll hit start.
I just hit start.
What were you just saying? What were you just saying?
I was just saying we are back on June 3rd. We are live in person on a Monday.
It's like an actual
Chris Coté and myself.
day.
My name is Todd Richards, and we are back with the Monday Mass. And Chris has just shown back up stateside.
That's right. I'm on a layover.
Yeah, that's
between
weird.
Tahiti and El Salvador, 12 hours.
That's crazy.
But that shows you my dedication not only to you, Todd, but to also the people out there that listen to this podcast. I got back from LAX a little bit late last night.
Yep.
Thank you, Mike Kelly, for the pickup. LAX pickup. I mean, that's a real.
That's a commitment.
That's a good person.
So now, when you fly out to go to El Salvador tomorrow, or is it tonight?
Tonight.
And you fly out of LAX?
San Diego.
San Diego Airport, yeah.
San Diego, Dallas, El Salvador. It's close as the bird flies, but as the planes fly, it's rather of a backward situation.
So you came from a 3-hour time difference in Tahiti.
Yeah.
Now, what's the time difference when you go to El Salvador?
1 hour.
1 hour.
Same time as Texas.
Okay.
I believe. So, and you know what? It's like, yeah, that it's traveling and all that is pretty stressful and tenuous, and it's it can be a lot, but no one's gonna hear you or want to hear you complain about it, right?
We don't on this podcast.
Nobody
here.
does.
Well, welcome to the Monday Mass. We are live and in person, and we're going to talk a lot about Chris Coté coming back from the channel at Tiahopo.
I thought this was an action sports podcast. About
This
nothing.
is, but we've got something to talk about, and before we do that, we're going to drop our first ad, Brock.
All right. Oh, I got some special
What?
things to show you, Todd.
Are we doing that before the ad block?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, you can do our spaz
block. The Monday Mass podcast is
read.
presented by Pannikin Coffee and Tea at Pannikin Coffee and Tea, waking up San Diego since 1969. You can follow them on the Instagram at Pannikin Coffee and Tea.
And I want to give a big shout out to Sunbum. Not only did Sunbum keep me from getting sunburnt under the harsh sun of the Pacific Ocean, but check this out. Got the limited edition
Slather
shirt.
That's pretty funny.
Sun Worshiper tour on the background, and Sunbum was just at the, what was it called? Jackalope Festival.
Yeah,
and
that just went down in Virginia Beach.
Yeah, they saved about I think like 2.3 million people from getting sunburn. So Sunbum had an amazing skin cancer awareness month, and guess what? They don't care if you use their sunblock. They just want you to use sunblock.
Sunbum.
Yeah.
But you know what, Chris? It's the statistics about sunburns and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you would think they would be statistically lower since children don't go outside anymore.
Oh. Yeah.
Now, is there a screen that you can use to protect you from blue light? Is there some kind of a sunscreen?
Sunbum probably works.
Does
for that.
Sunbum
Look, we got
work
that.
for blue light?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? It doesn't say it on the back of the bottle, but I'm pretty sure that Sunbum protects you from all sorts of
If
light.
we find out that you can get tan from blue light, watch out, because George Hamilton is coming all the way around. All right.
We're going in. Oh, let's crack some
of these. There's an order to this.
Didn't you say?
I didn't say Machu Picchu. Now I'm going to say it.
And I got excited about the Sunbum thing.
Okay, I thought
the shirt was
the slather.
Yeah.
Okay, Machu Picchu energy drink. You can follow them on Instagram at Machu Picchu. If you need a little afternoon bump up, you get yourself a Machu Picchu energy, organic energy drink, 0 sugar.
So just drink it like that when you're drinking with it.
Yeah, that's
as
product
an ad.
placement hand. By Spy Optics. Spy Optics does have blue light blocking lenses. They also have Happy Lens technology, which can make every day into a sunny day.
Saved my ass again while working on a boat.
That's right.
I had the big ones on. Big shades.
Save your retinas.
We have a code to tell them, Todd.
Monday M.A.S.S at checkout, and you get 20% off of Spy Optics.
What do I have here, Todd?
This is Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce. Are we just going into the full sponsor thing right now?
No, this is just the ones I have at the first ad block.
Okay, let me see.
You've done this show before,
I've done
right?
it. Yeah, this is Monday M.A.S.S, right?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my goodness gracious, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bachan's Hella Spicy, and I'll tell you what, if you're at Target, you can get this there right now, exclusive to Target for the first little bit of time. This stuff is spicy.
Is it spicy?
It is spicy. It'll
Okay.
burn you. You want to try a little right now?
No, you try it.
I've already tried it.
No, I'm not. I don't like spicy stuff.
I've tried it. You don't like spicy stuff?
Okay, you know what? It's Bachans. I trust them.
Why don't you like spicy stuff? You got to take the little thing
'Kay.
off. Why don't you like spicy stuff, first of
Well,
all?
maybe I do.
Careful. Careful. There's teeth across the
That's
lot.
how you want to start.
Take a big sip.
A big sip. So you're telling me how spicy is? What's the Scoville level? On
The Scoville level on this is probably about a 7.
A 7?
I don't know, 6. It depends on what your internal Scoville.
It tastes great.
No, it's really good.
No, it tastes like really good, but it is spicy.
The heat. Will, oh, you got hiccups. Put a little on like
It's spicy.
Put a little on like chapstick.
Oh, no, my lips are a little chapped.
It's not
know
called
what?
it's not called hella hot because it ain't hot. You know what I'm saying?
I have a low tolerance. I have a low tolerance to heat. But I'm gonna tell you, it is hot, but it's really tasty.
What's your
And you take it.
What's your price for putting a little bit of that on your nuts right now for the rest of the podcast?
What's my price? What do you have in your? How much do you have in your wallet?
I just give you respect.
Just let me. I'll do it for free later.
Are you still hiccuping?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, all right, let's move on.
It's warm.
Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce at Try Bachans on Instagram. Hella hot. This stuff is good.
Oh.
Not only is it got bring the heat, but it also brings taste, which is you can get it at Target right now.
It's not like one of those things that's just hot for the sake of being hot. It's hot, but it also tastes great. Opus Footwear at Opus Footwear. Now until June 17th, 100% of the proceeds
How are you right now?
of the shoes you buy on opusfootwear.com will go to the Swapow nonprofit, giving youth the opportunity to thrive through skateboarding. Buy a pair of Opus shoes, and you're gonna get good karma points.
Can't be that hot.
Take a sip.
Can't be that hot.
Have a sniff. Pull it out. What did we do? Spy, Sunbum, Opus, Bachans, Machu Picchu, Pannikin Coffee and Tea. Okay, more to come later in the Monday M.A.S.S.
It
ad
does
block.
have it does have heat.
It's got a kick.
It's got a little
before
kick.
we go, Todd,
Ah,
check this out.
it's so good though. It burns your lips
It's hotter than
when
you
it
would
goes
think.
down.
It's hotter than you would expect. Todd, and to a few of our fortunate listeners who are wet. Hint. If you're wet and you're listening to this, our friends at Loose surprised us
What?
with some awesome
Was it-
microfiber towels.
Oh shit!
Microfiber towels with our catchphrase. This one's on sale
It's
now.
really hot.
Todd ruined
Oh my
it.
god, dude.
Here, hold that up. Look at that. Says, what does that say?
Listen to Monday M.A.S.S.
An action sports podcast about nothing.
Oh, it
Um,
says it on the. It says it.
Yeah. Look, it's a flag too. It's a microfiber towel that is good for you. I brought you like 10 of those, Todd. So thank you to our friends at Loose. Now let's get into it. Surf News is brought to you by Hanson Surfboards at Hanson Surfboards, where you can buy Sunbum and Opus Footwear. See, we like to keep it all in the family. Are you gonna have another sip?
Because sometimes when you have to take more of the
Ew.
chips and salsa.
Put some of this on your tongue.
Mm-mm. See, I feel like this is gonna be good.
It hits good. Well,
Everyone says it's printed backwards. Is it printed backwards?
what? No, we're on video.
That was not a good idea.
Everything's backwards, but it tastes good, huh? It's hot, but it tastes good.
This is almost as bad of an idea as when I tried to boof
I
the
think
new
if we
greens.
Boof the new greens now. We'll have a great show on our
Okay.
hands.
Okay,
Oh, I have a Hanson Surfboards hat too.
I'm good.
Let me just tell you about some of what it's like to work on a boat in the channel at the Shiseido
I just spread the
Tahiti
fire.
Pro presented by Outer Known.
The wind. I
Don't touch your.
I just
Wait,
moved the
we
fire.
didn't touch anything with our
I
fingers,
just moved
right?
the fire.
Because I touched my eyes. Okay, so here's some of the things that I saw that I. Hold on, yeah. Nope. Todd's silencing a call.
Silence of the lambs.
Tell her to go live. tell her to tune in. Okay. Anyway, let me just tell you about the few highlights, Todd, and then you can ask me some questions.
Okay, go.
Vahine Fierro, winning the women's event and changing history, making history, creating her own history. She is officially the queen of Chiopo. She is, when she came and sat next to me in the post-heat interview, I mean, she's a tiny thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's like she's 18, 20? Anyway, she's young. She's tiny, and she's so gnarly. She was smiling the entire time. She wasn't stressed, charging, perfect style. She's going to win the gold medal at Paris 2024.
So
she won that contest, which was huge. She's going to win the Olympics.
So she kind of came up with the tutelage of like like Raymana and the Drolets.
Huh?
It's kind of spicy, dude. But I like it. My face is kind of sweating.
She surfs with all the masters, but her.
So who are the masters? Who do you consider to be like this next generation of Tiopo chargers?
So she surfs with Kaoli Vast a lot. Kaoli Vast is one of the best out there ever. You remember a couple years ago or last year, he got the switch stance tube ride, which we thought should have been an 8 or a 9. So she surfs and trains with him. He's the other Tahitian surfer that will be competing
Jeremy
for
Flores
France.
spends a lot of time there as well.
Jeremy Flores coaching them. M.A.S.S. Zermac is one of the gnarliest out there right now.
All right, so
blonde kid.
I was distracted by the heat.
Okay, blinded by the light.
Before you get any further down the actual competition, I want to start to ask you some questions about. Okay, so for obviously Monday M.A.S.S is bringing you this content straight from the channel,
right?
And you've been out there before. You've seen it when it's rocking its balls off.
Yeah.
What does it feel like? Describe to the average person what it's like to sit that close to a wave that literally has no back. And it's like you're looking into this thing.
It's an all senses kind of overload situation. On these 2 days where it was big and pumping, it was like the swell consistency was a little bit slow. So you have like 8 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes between sets. And there wasn't like little ones coming through that you're going, oh, that was cool. It was just flat and just then sets. Okay. The craziest part about it, so you're literally, our boat was front row, which was incredible. And you're literally 50 feet, 70 feet from the gnarliest wave, one of the gnarliest waves in the world, proper 8 to 10 feet. And you don't see anything. It's flat. So you're kind of just like in the boat, like cruising, you're talking to everybody on the boat. For me, I'm trying to like formulate questions. What am I going to ask? Watching the heat. It's dead flat, and then all of a sudden, it's like a tiny, like a tiny bump turns into a freaking backless monster.
Right.
And then the channel starts whistling and screaming, and like everyone's freaking out. The wave happens. When the wave happens, it's so loud, like cracking. It's like a whip crack coming down the line. And the spit, like you literally get misted by the spit. It's that close. So it is like a monster, like when Godzilla comes out.
It's a very visceral event.
Yeah. Think of Godzilla coming out into the beach, but like super speed.
Wow.
It's like that.
And so, okay, so I'm dealing with this still. And then also, let's talk about you were there when that Kelly heat went down.
Oh, yeah.
Where Kelly had less than a minute left on the clock.
Yep.
Paddled like a psychopath out to snag a wave in the dying seconds of the heat.
Yeah.
To get the score. Tell me about the energy that kind of happened when that was happening.
I mean, I think he got smoked and then he's getting back out there. And as he's paddling back out, it was almost like you knew destiny was.
It was like 40 seconds left when he got on the jet ski.
Yeah, I think there was maybe 10 They might have been doing the 10-second countdown when he was actually paddling for the wave, but it was just the most typical yet never gets old, always magical Slater buzzer beater. I mean, it's like him and this wave communicated. Like, I'll be out there in 10 seconds. Let's do it. And it almost felt like, and I think it feels like this a lot when Kelly kind of gets on a little bit of a roll. You're going, he's going to win this contest.
Right.
And I think a lot of people wanted him to win it. Like, I, for one, would have loved to have seen Kelly win this thing.
Well, I feel like even in the heat that he had against
Ramsey
Buchheim.
Ooh,
like,
I got insight on that one.
but it just seemed to me like just Kelly just didn't get the opportunities weren't there
In that
you know?
one. So that's why, so it was slower. So it was like, you couldn't fall. You couldn't fall in a good way where you're probably going to lose. But in that particular heat, Ramsey versus Kelly, so they've known each other forever. You know, Ramsey kind of like grew up under Kelly's wing at Quicksilver and all that. But we saw Ramsey the night after the finals, and he was partying.
Mm-hmm.
And he came up to our table, and he's talking, and he goes, and he had this wild look in his eye, and he's like, you know, because when he came in, I did the post-heat interview, he was talking about, like, I'll like lay on my shield or something like that. He's like, he wanted it that bad. So he was paddling out. He got he was getting like the gnarliest, deepest, scariest waves. He got the longest barrel probably of the entire event. But he reverse mind tricked Kelly. He went up to Kelly straight up and said,
What?
I'm ready to die today.
Really?
I'm ready to die for this. Like, he was that into it. He's
Wow.
Like, and Kelly's like, okay, dude. Like, the way he told this story was so
Wait, Kelly
rad.
told you this story?
No,
Or
Ramsey
did.
Ramsey looked Kelly in the eye and goes, like, or something like Kelly goes, oh, how was that one? He's like, I'm ready. I want to die. I'm ready to die today. I'm ready to die for this. And so Kelly's like, okay, like, he couldn't do any mind tricks back to him because that's kind of the ultimate, you know, like.
That's kind of like when if you're about to get in a fight, and I've always heard this is a great way.
Just go crazy.
You immediately strip down naked.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like that in words, but just hearing that and then seeing everybody like after finals just like cutting loose, it was a throwback. And like for Ramsey to tell that story, it was so sick. He was another surfer that I was like, this dude is about to win. But I would put, now that I've seen Ramsey out there, if it's big and if it's gnarly during the Olympics, he's definitely in gold or medal contention. Sick surfer, great dude.
What was the talk in regards to the Olympics? Were there people from the IOC or maybe even from some of like the bigger networks there, like kind of checking it out as the trial event?
Well, like the president of French Polynesia was there, and he was rad.
He kind of seemed like a homie.
Surf fan. I did an interview with him, but there was audio issues. But during the interview, I was like, "So you're a fan of surfing?" He goes, "Oh yeah, he grew up on Huahine," and he actually called one of Medina's waves. As I'm interviewing him, we look over, Medina's paddling, and I'm like, "Take it away," and he fully called the wave. And
Really?
It was unfortunate that the audio, something happened because you're out in the ocean. But anyway, he was super rad. He was there on the boat for a couple hours hanging. It was really cool because you got to see firsthand that all the kind of drama and build up, like what's the Olympics going to do to the end of the road. There are some like tents and stuff, but
so you can kind of
for the
already
most part,
you can already see the build out a little bit.
but but like it's not ruined. To me it's fine. And that's from now and a month whatever.
Is there a
later.
new tower? Is there a new tower on the reef?
The tower's on the reef, but I honestly couldn't tell the difference between the new tower and the old tower. It looked the same.
And that's where the judges sit, is in that tower.
Yes.
Okay.
And as far as like the roads and like all the normal stuff that you see there and the little houses and everything, like everything looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't feel like, oh God, like this place is. It's like it looks good.
Well, I thought it was.
It's
really,
low key.
It'd be really interesting to see. I haven't spoken with anyone from NBC about it, but it would be really. I'd be curious to see what they think of it in terms of, because all they have to gauge it on is what happened in Chiba.
Right.
And now, from the last Olympics to this one, and seeing the amount of power and how crazy the spectacle can be,
Mm-hmm.
I would hope that they are excited about the possibility of having something really, really magical
For
go
sure.
down.
I think everyone was really excited about it. And, you know, I think it was cool because the WSL got like its shine for this event. The coverage was incredible. It was just, I mean, when you have great waves like that, it makes everything else, you know, whatever else, it's all good when the waves are good.
Right.
Here's more.
Okay.
So you remember we talked about it, I think, how long ago? Not that long ago. Brisa Hennessy, brain tumor.
I don't remember hearing about that.
So Brisa Hennessy was dealing with a tumor. She had all these injuries, and somehow this 2024 Brisa Hennessy is just different. She's just super consistent, charging. She made the finals, charged her way to the finals, and now Brisa Hennessy is in the yellow leader jersey, heading into El Salvador, which is sick because El Salvador, right, she's going to be forehand, ripping that wave. And then Cloudbreak, which she lives there basically half the year. So Brisa Hennessy is definitely going to be in the final 5 and is in title contention now.
So you head to El Salvador tonight. When does the window open for the El Salvador leg of the
3
tour?
days. Oh, and that's the crazy thing too. So the swell that hit Tahiti is going to hit El Salvador 6 days from the peak of the swell.
Wow.
So I don't know, like hypothetically, I guess, the surfers who are surfing those waves in Tahiti might be surfing the same swell waves in El Salvador.
Well, you can talk about that in the broadcast 12 times.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I will. Yeah, so that was actually my first time in a long time doing post-heat interviews. Super fun. I had a great time doing that.
Let's talk about your background props in the photo between John and
oh my
Italo,
gosh.
Ferreira.
That's the second. Remember the one from the finals where I was like, that's the second extended arm selfie. Yeah. I didn't even see it until I think you.
What? You didn't see it? What do you mean?
Well, I didn't know that John posted it.
Oh, that's where it came
me.
from.
Yeah.
He didn't tag you.
No.
Dude, dick.
And then I started seeing it, and now
it's pretty
potentially
great. It's pretty great.
There may be a diecutstickers.com sticker in the works.
You can put
because
Chris
you
Coté
can imagine where that
taking
could go.
A photograph anywhere.
Yeah.
In the women's restroom, men's restroom,
wherever, on photos,
anywhere.
Let me just a couple of more things. Tatiana Weston Webb, perfect 10-point ride, game changer, amazing. Props to Sawyer Lindblad, freaking charging. Ramsey again. Oh, so Gabriel Medina, the perfect heat.
Yeah.
What do you think it should have been a perfect? I think it should have been a perfect heat.
I mean, it wouldn't have done anything.
It would have just been rad.
It would have been amazing. I think it would have been amazing.
There was a lot of talk about.
It was almost there in the score line, anyways.
There was just a lot of talk about like, well, what's a 10? I think the judges did a really good job because they can't all be 10s.
Mm-hmm.
I just think in that instance, it would have been sick to have the newsworthy.
The Shaun White 100 score.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
Finals, John versus Italo. Italo is just like.
You know, you got to talk about goofy foot versus regular foot.
Right.
The regular footers, I feel like, have such an advantage there.
I think they have an advantage because they can take off under the ledge and then just stop.
Yeah.
Whereas goofy footers, you know, Ramsey, Medina, Italo, they ought to take off a little deeper, and it made it a little bit gnarlier. But the craziest thing was watching someone pump backside in a barrel,
holding rail,
is to me that's the hardest thing you can do in surfing. But then you watch Medina, Italo, Ramsey, the goofy footers, like the pumps that they're doing. I mean, it's almost like they're pumping down the line to do an air, but they're in a huge barrel. Because like from our vantage point, we're looking right down the tube at the takeoff. So you see these guys late drop, stand up, and then it's like bottom turn straight into like the biggest pump you've just pumping. It was incredible.
How shallow was it?
It was dry reef.
Really? Well, you can see the dry reef part, but how like right where the wave is impacting. I know there's like that shelf that comes up.
4 feet deep.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, think of it like 4 feet deep. The lip is 4 feet thick.
At least.
And the fact that no one got injured during the actual event, which was just incredible.
Anyone get hurt while you guys? Were?
Yeah. So the little homie Reef Persadoc, this is like a dad moment. Reef Persadoc, he's a lot troll from Seaside, amazing surfer. He charges like he'll surf pipe, big blacks, all that stuff, like Porto. He's gnarly, but he was there I think on one of his first like solo surf trips, and the day after the contest, I get a call or a text from his dad, like, "Yo, Reef just he slammed. He's like bleeding. He's alone.
Like, go find him, kind of."
Like he was at his house, but just to get that message, and like as a dad, and you're just like,
right, you just
boom.
panic over there.
Like get in the car and go over there, and he was fine, but it was just like, it was gnarly. And so luckily he was totally all good, and he's probably surfing again right now. So yeah, and then another kid. Chandler, this long-haired kid, Chandler, who surfs out there really good. He got slammed the same day after. So I think it was kind of like the pros are out there, and everybody gets so amped that they just go out there and charge as hard as they can. And they're all great surfers, but the wave is just so gnarly. Only maybe two men wore helmets, maybe 3 or 4 girls. I thought there were going to be way more people in helmets.
I wonder if will helmets be
no injuries?
Will helmets be mandatory there for the Olympics?
I don't know.
That's the question I have.
I think the ISA is lobbying for that, or not mandating it, but because there are other people that just say like it throws off your equilibrium.
Disorienting, sure.
But I guess it depends how big and gnarly it is.
Interesting.
So, and then all that, you can watch all the replays and everything. It was an epic trip. I surfed. I manifested a like dream session at Chiopo one afternoon, and I was waiting for this too. I surfed a bunch, like the right and like small pass bit, but then this one afternoon, I was just like, today's the day. I'm gonna find this window, because it was smaller. It was like a foot or two overhead, small for pro standards, but for bro standards, it was perfect. And I just kind of noticed that all these boats had gone in. I grabbed a sup. I paddled out there, dragging my board behind me, and I pulled up, and there was 2 people out. It was 2 feet overhead, perfect, glassy, and I surfed it by myself for 2 hours.
Was it scary with only 2 people out there? I mean, it's still, when it's a foot overhead there, it's still brutal.
I mean, it was like, I think it was kind of between swells, so it wasn't those
wasn't
west
doing its
poles
thing.
It was just kind of like rippable. Late drop, come up, turn.
So it wasn't
You had to get out.
It wasn't full barreling.
No, it was like I got a couple little barrels, but just to drop in, and it's like this green wall, and you look at it's like,
yeah.
And I kept paddling out to the other guys. I'm like, is it like, I don't even want to say anything. No pros, like no boats. It was insane.
Wow.
2 hours, and I surfed for 2 hours, which is
That's a big thing.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
Very
and
cool.
Lastly, a Brazilian storm is developing off the coast of Tahiti, heading towards El Salvador. I wrote that. Italo moved up 11 spots to number 5 in the world, so now he's in the final 5 picture. Gabriel moved up 7 spots to number 12. We all know how Gabriel does in the last half of the season. And Yago, who was doing some incredible barrel pumps, moved up 5 spots to 17th. So El Salvador is coming up next, just a few days. And the waves are going to be pumping. They only need 3 days to run this event.
And it's that right point.
Yep. And that'll be coming up. So
wow.
we'll do a on the road M.A.S.S from El Salvador next Monday.
Cool.
And that's it for Tahiti.
Do we have some more surf news before we wrap this up?
Yes. So a bill was introduced by Senator Glenn Wakai, and it's passed the Hawaii State Legislature, the government, on May 1st. So the governor is going to sign it into law, making the shaka the designated state symbol.
Oh.
And so when you're in Hawaii and you do a shaka, it's the official gesture of the state.
You know what Massachusetts' official
What?
gesture is? It's right there.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
That is insane.
Todd, I know you love the Grateful Dead.
No.
The Grateful Dead are doing a long,
I did.
immersive show. At
Did
the
you before we get into
Sphere.
this? Did you see that thing on the other podcast?
Oh, there was
where they were
was
talking
that
to Britt Merrick
Surf
about
Splendor?
yeah, they were talking to Britt Merrick about the Grateful Dead.
Yeah,
and
that
there
was
like,
funny.
It's
That
kind of
was-
funny.
Yeah, Chaz. I think Chaz did a great job. Really like Chaz's introductions were really funny. Talking about like, stroking Britt's beard. But yeah, I mean, look.
He's a wordsmith.
I did hear a Grateful Dead song that I liked.
No, you didn't.
I did. There's 2 Grateful Dead songs that I like. But the rest of it is for other people. It's just not for me.
It's not for me.
So I didn't listen to who liked the Grateful Dead and who didn't like the
I
Grateful
think
Dead?
Britt likes the Grateful Dead.
Okay. And the other guys didn't?
Well, what's his name? The David Lee Scales. I don't think he has an opinion on anything.
Okay.
So it was like Britt versus.
And they
Charlie.
kind of just came in.
Yeah.
I think that's fun. I think it's cool. I like the idea of debating stuff like that. It's like nobody's getting hurt. It's just it did remind me of a Runman 69 quote. I hate the Grateful Dead. They don't surf and they don't shred. If they're in the water'd be red. Yeah.
Solid.
Runman 69. So Rob Machado filmed a thing. It looked like it was at Surf Ranch in a like bright illuminated.
Are we talking about the thing that Chris Ben Shetler did last year, 2 years ago?
Yes, but this is now.
It's on the Sphere.
I think it's part of the Sphere show.
Uh-huh.
So when you're on acid and you're watching the Grateful Dead, and I will say the videos that I've seen from the Grateful Dead shows at the Sphere, the graphics look insane. And if you were on hallucinogenics and you saw this show, you would be having a great time.
No,
You would just need earplugs.
I wouldn't.
Or you know what? Noise canceling headphones, and you listen to a different band, and then you watch the show. Say it. Your reference of your what?
I don't like the Grateful Dead.
Okay.
Mainly because, well, there's several reasons.
Okay.
One of the biggest is that I was squirted in the face with an acid squirt gun, unbeknownst to me, in the parking lot of a Grateful Dead concert at what was it called?
Red Rocks?
Nope, it was
The Moon?
Nope, it was in Massachusetts.
The Sphere?
Shh, I'm gonna think of it.
Did you fry?
Yeah, I didn't know what was happening until later.
Wow.
This was like
I never heard this story.
This was like a thing.
Well, that's not the Grateful Dead's fault.
Yes, it is.
No, it's their fans.
It brought all
fault.
those fucking twirling hippies into the parking lot.
Wow, Todd.
Was it Great Oaks? I forget what the name of the.
I can't believe you do drugs.
I forget what I wasn't on purpose.
It doesn't matter where it was. Because
What was the name of that place
were
in
somewhere else.
Massachusetts? Like there was like a Great Oaks or some shit.
Anyway,
It was like where the Dead used to play all the time, and yeah. Anyway,
Rob Machado.
that's a pretty fucking horrible thing to do.
Well, yeah, that's terrible.
Terrible. Surprise acid trip.
Surprise! Welcome to the Grateful Dead.
So fucking lame.
The full debut of that movie's fall of 2025.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
You can watch Chris Benchletter's movie.
About the Grateful Dead?
No, like the whole thing. It's called Mountains on the Moon.
And when does it come out?
Put it on your calendar. Fall 2025.
So I have some time to book something to do that day.
Wavepool Madness, Todd. Wavepool Madness. The first ever endless surf wave pool is open at O2 Surf Town in Munich, and the footage looks incredible.
Do you think that the river is now freed up?
I think the river is still going to be crowded, but I think the German surf population is about to get a shot in the arm. They're going to be ripping because the endless surf tech looks like it's on par to be the best like air wave pool in the world.
Do you think that German backpackers
There, I said it.
go to the wave pool, or do German backpackers still go to other places around the world to?
They go to other places around the world.
Okay.
Back paddle your ass.
German back paddlers.
What
was that guy's name? The German-born pro surfer.
Sebastian Student or
No,
big wave guy?
Leon
Marlon Lipke.
Marlon Lipke. That's right.
Yeah, and Leon Glatzer is he represents Germany. He lives in Costa
That's
Rica.
right.
There's a lot of good German surfers, and that wave pool is gonna be sick. I really want to go. Desert Surf is going to be using Wavegarden tech, and get this, 18 acres. Oh wait, 5.5 acre surf lagoon, 92 room hotel, 83 homes, parking, spa, event space, a pump track for skateboarding, pickleball courts, and more.
Where's this?
Get ready, Todd. It's coming. You can start stretching now. It's going to be opening in the summer of 2026 in Coachella Valley.
How many fucking wave pools are they going to put out there?
4.
4?
3 or 4.
Even if they 2, there's going to be 3 out there?
4. Desert surf.
It's a lot of wave pools in one place.
Well, they're saying that they're going to reduce the size of the golf course in order to save some water for the wave pool, which I thought was cool.
Interesting.
6 months ago, João Chianca was knocked out, nearly killed surfing backdoor pipeline. He took some time off, but he is back. He just dropped a video that I saw on surfermagazine.com, and it's sick.
Did you hear about the guy who got bit by a shark in Del Mar?
I did. My neighbor, who's a paramedic, was on the call.
Really?
Yes.
How big was the shark?
Well,
this is about 15 minutes down the road from us.
Yeah, I put 10 minutes away from M.A.S.S HQ.
That's right.
Over there. He was swimming with a group, I think. I don't know if he was alone or with a group.
How do you swim?
I don't swim in the ocean anymore. I just have a surfboard.
Okay, the craziest thing is, Chris, it's like, okay, so like Cape Cod.
Yep.
The undisputed champion of great white sightings.
Okay.
There's
been you know where the most dangerous shark beach in the world is, right?
In Florida.
New Smyrna Beach.
Yeah. But I'm just saying.
But with the king of great whites is.
But we're here, and there's been more shark attacks in San Diego than the place where everyone says don't go.
Yeah. Well, it's because we don't have as many seals. There's been overfishing happening. I believe the sharks were protected species.
Are you saying you should unprotect sharks?
I don't know.
At what point, how many does there have to be of sharks?
Oh my God, Australia has like a gnarly fatal shark attack like every day.
When do we unprotect them? Like when are we done with this protection bullshit?
I don't know.
Who's going to protect us?
It's still
Chris.
Okay, well then
who's protecting us?
Unprotect.
Make the oceans great again.
Unprotect driving a car.
They have a driver's license. You have to pass a test.
Well, we can't test sharks.
Says who?
I think we could maybe tag them, tag as many as you can, and then you just like look at your phone and go, "Oh, okay, there's a shark."
That's
Let him pass by.
That's what they do in Cape Cod.
Yeah,
the sharks are tagged, and they have iPads on the in the
on the beach.
They do in the lifeguard towers, and when the sharks come close to the outer buoys, because there's buoys all along the beaches that have lifeguards, and when those buoys get the shark ping, they clear the water.
Yeah.
There's literally a system.
Josh says that's why surfing is an extreme sport, Todd.
Duh.
True.
All right.
What does the person above Josh say?
I don't know. There's more.
Brazilian flags.
I don't have enough emoji. That is hearts. A lot of emojis.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So hoping for a full recovery from the dude. I think he's gonna live. I mean, he got nailed on his hand, his arm, his side, his leg. Like.
So it came up for a nib. They call that a nib.
That was a bit of a nibble. But yeah, hope the dude's gonna be okay. The Florence brothers, you probably seen on Instagram, absolutely scoring in Indonesia. Happy birthday, Ivan Florence! For his birthday, he got what looked like perfect 20-foot face left-hand barrels, just like him and his brother. And
would you say they're they're probably the most talented brothers in surfing? I mean, there's the Hobgoods, and then
the Lopez brothers.
Okay, so who's the best brothers?
Irons brothers.
Who's the best brothers? Who's the best brothers?
The Irons brothers were the best brothers.
Really?
And then we lost Andy.
You think the Irons brothers were better than the Florence brothers?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a question.
I mean, better is relative, but I think right now the Florence brothers are on top.
They're the best brothers right now.
Yeah.
Currently holding the title for best brothers.
What about the Colapinto brothers?
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
What about the Cotés?
Coté brothers. Still climbing the ranks. Just climbing up from the bottom.
What else we have before we move on to a different type of news?
Switchfoot Pro-Am is June 15th. So if you're anywhere near Encinitas, it's going to be at Moonlight Beach. It's always a great day.
You will also not find any parking in Encinitas on that day.
Bring an e-bike. Definitely bring an e-bike. Great. It's, great times, great music. Bunch of new. Shane Hall won the Battle of the Bands. He'll be there. School of Rock will be there. Switchfoot and friends, and then they raised a ton of money for really good causes. So Switchfoot Programs coming June 15th in Encinitas. Unfortunately, I think I'll be gone, but love that event.
Here
Mid-show
is-
ad block.
This is the mid-show ad block. Start
Bubs
it off,
Naturals.
Chris.
Bubs Naturals. This right here saved me on the boat. This is Hydrate or Die from Bubs Naturals. And of course, you know, I brought my collagen and my MCT with me. Boom. Look at me. No jet lag. Feeling good. I stopped biting my fingernails a month ago, and they're coming in nicely.
Fingernails
so thank you,
are
Bubs.
not a viable collagen
No,
source.
they're not good snacks. But Bubs Naturals is helping me grow them.
At New Greens, you can find New
Boof it.
Greens.
Come on.
No, I'm not doing the boofing of the. You
Will
can't.
will
Dude, boofing is with your butt.
will you snort a line of New Green?
No, I won't. I don't want those kind of healthy habits. New Greens, I did a little infomercial about this.
I saw that.
On my Instagram yesterday, and it's cheesy to do that kind of stuff, but I truly believe in this shit, and I really actually think that the product that Devin has developed over the years works.
I think our fans by now know Devin because we
Well,
always
they
mention
should.
him.
He's our Dr. Devin.
Devin actually, and also
He's the beach doctor.
he does all New Greens and Pure Prescriptions, and I got hooked up with the Immune and the Zinc vitamins.
I just feel like
and
it's. I feel like it's. Look, I trust people that have beat themselves up skating
Yeah.
and snowboarding and surfing.
I trust
I
people.
trust them over Instagrammy perfect greens. I don't know whatever the fuck the name
but I
is
trust
of like
you, Todd.
Yeah,
And
well
if
that's.
you tell me it's good, I believe it.
I'm telling you, die later. New Greens.
Pedal electric, pedal.electric. Todd says it all the time. Summer, for the most part, sucks. It's crowded.
Sucks.
It's hard out of the water, let's say. Driving around in summertime is a hassle. That's why riding an e-bike is epic. And if you want to ride the best, pedal.electric, please wear a helmet. Vessel shipping at vessel.com, VESYL.com.
Mike needs to get an Instagram.
I think they do have an Instagram.
Does Vessel have an Instagram now?
Yeah.
Mikey, do you have an
Yeah.
Instagram?
The homie.
Ship
Mikey.
for brains.
Ship for brains. That is, wow. Todd, you need to be in marketing.
I do.
You're
I feel
really
like
good at this.
what was it? Mad Men?
Oh, look at Vessel app. Dude.
So how long have they had an Instagram account?
Well, I think it's just recent. So it's VESYLAPP. This is a shipping app.
At Vessel app.
Vessel app.
There you go.
Okay, don't yell at me in front of the advertisers.
At Mint Tours. Mint Tours, guess what? They just opened up the spaces for next winter's tour
No
to
way.
Asahikawa
And more.
and more.
So yeah, they opened all the dates up to all the epic trips to Japan, and I think Todd and I did a really good job of potentially ruining and blowing out this place because
So are we
it's
apologize
amazing.
for destroying something special?
It's like remember, so the longest lift line Todd and I waited in was
3 minutes.
maybe a minute.
Minute.
Like not even a full song on Todd's speaker backpack.
I don't have a speaker backpack.
Like Todd's lift line DJ game was low because we didn't ever wait in lift lines. So go to Mint Tours, and I think we're gonna have some special announcements to go a little bit deeper into the Mint Tours world.
I'm fucking going, dude.
Well, we're going, but
fucking
maybe
going.
other people can come with us specifically.
You do what you want.
Well, I'm going too.
Not
I'm on
you.
your week.
Chris is going to snowboard for up to 2 days this time.
3. I snowboarded 3 full days.
At Die Cut
2.5
Stickers,
days.
DOTCOM at diecutstickers.com on the Instagram. And we will have new Chris taking a photograph.
Look, these stickers are going around the world and back, folks. If you don't listen to the Monday Mass, you don't get a sticker. But if
Okay.
you promise to listen to the Monday Mass, you'll get a sticker. Out of Matt's Art, I have been promising you a pack of stickers now for 6 months. They're coming. I just need to be in this office for more than a day.
If you would like Promises Broken, you're in the right spot.
But we love you, Adam, and I'm
Just
sorry.
send us your money for
It's
merch, and we'll
No,
eventually
he's
send you
earned-
stuff back.
He sends us free stickers. So we
All
gotta
right,
send him.
let's move on to skateboard news brought to you by Opus Footwear at Opus Footwear. It's inexpensive footwear that works for skateboarding.
By skaters. Arisa Trew lands the first ever 900 as a female, and now she. I
What
think
the-
we're
what-
only
what
like
is going
12
on?
12 people in the world have done a 900, maybe.
She also does Switch McTwists.
She's 14 years old.
Yeah, what is going on?
And the way she did the 900 was so casual. Like, I remember Tony's 900, which was like the gnarliest battle ever. And he's pumping, and he's like, I'm gonna die today.
It
She
looks
did
like
in a line.
Arisa never really had to pay learning it because of the way that, like, you can tell that someone like when Danny and Tuss and Tony and, I think Sluggo was in on that too, when they were all trying to learn the 900, you could tell that they were taking beatings.
Yes.
Like beatings.
Yes.
And it just looks like fun for these kids now.
Yeah.
14-year-olds doing 900s.
Yeah.
It's like fun.
It's
like you
amazing.
learn that after 1 year of skating.
Yeah. And we missed this by about 10 minutes. Huge news from the skate world. Jeff Rowley is on Toy Machine.
You don't say.
Jeff Rowley, Toy Machine.
Wow.
Love it. He's already got a graphic out that's the classic Toy Machine knuckles, but they say Rowley on him. That's amazing.
Wow.
Because I think one of his first friends in America was Ed Templeton.
Yeah.
I mean, they go way back, and so this is just awesome. Love to see that. I will definitely ride one of those boards.
That's sick.
This news coming out of Louisville, Kentucky, Todd. A professional skateboarder is bringing his vision for a safe indoor park to Louisville's Portland neighborhood, and guess what? We know him.
What kind of a jerk would do that?
We're calling him.
I wonder how much he's going to charge for people to go and skate.
Chris Coté.
And Todd Richards, you're live on the Monday.
Why do you
Mass.
always have to and me?
Because I'm the one calling.
Oh.
Hey, we just read this news report. Okay, it says a professional skateboarder is bringing his vision for a safe indoor park to Louisville's Portland neighborhood. Who is that?
And the biggest question is, why would someone throw away their own money doing that?
Because he's not like you.
I know the guy that's doing it. Not everybody loves him, but he's got passion, so he's going for it.
This is Paul Zitzer, who's spearheading the Sprack Indoor Skate Park, 13,000 square foot state-of-the-art park, one-of-a-kind custom-built street course, mini ramp, and it's going to appeal to all ages, all skill levels. And Paul, this is amazing. And I watched a really cool news report that showed the existing park that is a little bit sus at times, let's say. So this is one of those things where you and your buddies get together and you go, man, one day we should build an indoor park. That would be so cool. But you actually did it.
Yeah. Some people may say I'm crazy, and that may be true, but I have been to how many skate parks around the world? Like hundreds, maybe thousands, and I see what's out there. People want to skate on awesome stuff, okay? They love skating fun things. Now, most skate parks are, they all leave something to be desired. This one will too. But I decided, I was like, Louisville needs an awesome skate park, and it needs a hub sort of to the scene. Because there's great skaters here. There's all kinds of stuff happening here. But, the downtown park, you saw the clips. It's a little chaotic down there sometimes. It's not necessarily for everyone. So I was like, I'm just doing it, and I'm going to do it right, and I'm doing it with good people. And I feel like I have enough experience in skateboarding to know what works. So I just decided, hey, it's time. Let's go.
What's up with Sprack?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever heard the term Sprack regarding anything to do with skateboarding or not?
No, sometimes
it was a drug reference.
Yeah, sometimes I'll go Sprack off.
Yeah. No. Well, where I grew up in Milwaukee, there was almost like the skaters almost had their own language. You have like inside jokes and terms amongst your friends. Well, one of my great friends in Milwaukee, John McGuire, he was very influential in the scene, and he was always kind of making up words. And I think it came from him. But one of the things he always used to use was Sprack as a replacement for skating. Like, we go Sprack. You want to go Sprack later? It could be used like interchangeably with skateboarding, or it's almost like you can use it interchangeably with ollieing. Like,
Because it's
Dude
the
Sprack,
sound.
the
It's the
fattest double
sound.
cell.
It's a
Ollie
sound.
makes.
So you're not like
Yeah.
spracked out.
Spracking.
Yep,
Like spracking
yep,
a
yep.
big Ollie.
Okay.
Yeah, and hey, one more thing. It's like onomatopoeia too. It's like the sound of cracking an ollie.
Got
you,
it.
You
Yeah.
sprack.
Spracking
So-
and Ollie.
Got it.
Well, Paul,
Yeah.
we just want to call you and tell you congratulations, tell you thank you.
you.
You're
Thank you.
like a much better human than Todd and I.
Wait,
Because we'll
you
go
know,
to the
I'm-
skate park, but we're not going to build it for other
Right.
people.
And we
We'll
won't even
use it.
acknowledge who made it.
Well, we are now.
Oh.
Yeah, but won't
well,
again.
I appreciate you guys tons, and you are invited to come out. It's not open yet. I'm trying to get it open within like the next month and a half or so, and we're gonna do a Damn Am. Skatepark of Tampa
Wow.
is bringing
Oh.
the Damn Am
Oh.
to Sprack.
Is
So
there
we're
a
doing it.
is
We're
there
gonna
a
do it right.
masters? Is there a masters division?
Well, amateurs and masters, it gets kind of like a gray area.
Okay. But we'll keep practicing. We love
Yeah.
you. We love you, Paul. What's the Instagram? It's at Sprack Skateboarding.
Sprack your
That's
bitch
correct.
up.
SPRAK, Sprack Skateboarding. on Instagram.
SPRAK.
Yes, sir.
All right, Paul. Congrats. Good luck.
Thank you, bro.
Sprack you later.
If you need
I love
help,
you
if you
guys.
need help, like
Uh-huh.
cleaning the park or building something, Todd
We'll call
does
you.
not know how to do any of that. So don't call him.
Okay.
We love
I'll
you.
call you, Chris, which is what I would do anyway. and
Thank
I'd
you
ignore
so
Todd.
much.
I love you guys.
Bye.
Talk soon.
Bye.
That's so sick.
It's cool. I love it when people put back into the sport.
Look at that, and it's indoors, and I know that like Kentucky or Louisville, Kentucky winners are gnarly, but that's just rad. And we
Yeah.
know him. We know Paul Zitzer.
Paul Zitzer, ladies and gentlemen.
Tyshawn has a sick little mini documentary out that I watched this morning. It's super cool. I mean, this dude is awesome. It was just one. There's a scene in it where his mom's like, "Look, his dream was to buy me a house since he was a little kid, and he did it. Like
That's
that is
very cool.
the dream. Watch it. It's awesome." Todd, did you see the video of a guy? They were skateboarding on a cybertruck,
No.
and cybertrucks are supposed to be bulletproof, but the guy did a frontside flip, landed from the roof of a cybertruck, frontside flip, landed it, kicked his board out, fell on his butt, and just smashed the whole windshield.
Huh.
So don't skate your cybertruck.
There's been a lot of Cybertruck.
News.
Cybertrucks want to hurt you.
Yeah.
Did you see the guy who like basically sliced his finger
Oh,
off
because
at the
the
dealership?
trunk-
No, there's that.
Yeah.
And the guy, there's another one where a guy's just like running his hand along the Cybertruck at the dealership, and he freaking sliced his hand and had to go get stitches.
Careful. That's why I drive a Toyota Sienna.
That's right. No sharp edges.
Yeah. No sharp edges. Coffee, let me just-
Mike, what are we doing? Oh, low battery.
Yeah, we'll just go. We'll just do that for a minute. Anyway, what other news? We got a recreation of Love Park in Sweden that we talked about is now open. So an exact replica of Love Park using the Love Park materials
Mhm.
is now open in Malmo,
Very
Sweden.
cool.
Wait, is it Malmo? Somewhere in Sweden.
Sweden. I have some skateboarding news.
What?
So over the past week or two, I've been taking old Thrashers
Yeah.
and leafing through them on my Instagram. I'm looking to expand that
Okay.
because it seems like people really like to go through the
Nice.
old mag. So this next week, I got a couple of old Transworlds from Great Britain I'm going to do, and
Do Transworld Surf?
I'm gonna do them all. But the shout out to everyone that is listening to this and to on Instagram. I'm trying to get a hold of ISMs, International Snowboard Magazines.
Ooh.
I would like to go through those because that was the precursor to any of Transworld and Snowboarder
Right.
that we have now. That was the very first, and I want to do those. And I'm going to put it on YouTube and kind of make this a little
ISM.
bit better. ISM.
Do you have any
International Snowboard.
BDSM magazines that you want to read through and look at?
My God.
I thought that was. Oh no, that's not bodyboarding. What is? Oh yeah, I'm thinking of something else. But I have some of those magazines you can check out. ISM magazine. Anybody out there? have 'em?
International Snowboard Magazine,
Um,
ISM.
I think one of my last bits of skate news. The Jenkem 999 challenge went down. It's amazing. Go to jenkem.com for the video. So basically, you have to eat 9 hot dogs, drink 9 beers, and do 9 tray flips.
Wow.
They put that out there. Who can do this within 48 hours? 8 unknown drunkards, 100 hot dogs, an entire stock of Bud Light, and the winner secured $999 courtesy of Element Skateboard.
What was the name of the guy who just retired from competitive eating? Joey Chestnut. What's the guy's? There was like a guy who like was like the
Joey
hot
Chestnut, I think.
the hot dog eater
Yeah.
guy, and he just retired because This just in, his stomach is fucked up.
Really? Well, these guys put in work, and there's barf and hot dogs, so check it out.
Great.
For the big boys, check out and any fan of skateboarding, Cardano Russell Skate XXL on Thrasher. It's
200 pounds plus flying down a handrail
Dude's
near
a
you.
beast, and he's the nicest guy. What else we got? Peastone Cup video, check that out. That is skate news. Snow news is brought to you by New Greens.
Die later. Do what you can
Yeah.
to keep the show on the road.
Todd, what does this mean to you? Nick Russell and Jerry Mark bag first snowboard summit of the 21 180 Papsura.
Sounds exhausting.
It's a really high thing.
It's a
So these
high
guys
21,180 feet. First snowboard summit. That is the opposite of my snowboarding.
You don't love to hike.
I don't like hiking.
Yeah.
Hiking is for the quarterback.
Well,
you know what I'm
congrats
saying?
to those guys. And I think Austin Sweeten had his hand in it, like helping them figure out what the conditions were going to be like. So Austin helped keep these
Austin
guys
Sweeten or
alive.
Austin Smith?
I think Austin Sweeten.
Okay.
From
Yeah.
what I read.
I feel like you're just
This is on
making. I feel like you're
snowboarder.com.
making shit up.
Ski and snowboarding at Arizona Snow Bowl will be open for until June for the first time in history.
It's June,
It's June.
so they're
Still
closed.
Open.
I think they're closed
Still
now.
open until June.
I think Killington closed. Everything is pretty much shut
What
now.
about Timberline Lodge, Oregon?
Timberline is the only one that is still open. Summer ski season has started at Timberline, and you can pick up your summer ski pass for
Sweet.
$1,200
It's a
or
glacier?
something crazy. It's up at Mount Hood in Oregon. I will be there at the end of this month. We are now in June. Yeah, the end of
Yeah,
this
it's
month
June.
is the midlife crisis session.
I love that.
We'll be up there at Hood.
What else we got? Oh, sadly, Whistler Blackcomb summer camps are shut down due to not enough snow.
That is the craziest thing because I remember going there quite a bit when I was younger. I would go to Blackcomb and you'd go up on the glacier and it'd be great because it was arguably the best place to go and do summer ski because of the village and what went down off of the hill. And it's so sad to see that the Horseman Glacier is like melted out.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
there
a
were so
bummer.
many good camps. I went up the Camp of Champs. I mean, Craig Kelly's snowboard camp was one of the very first snowboard camps ever. And it's just melted out. It's gone.
Nar.
It's gone.
Mason Lemery, a.k.a. Jar,
Mason Jar.
is your 2024 Rookie of the Year. Why?
Because
He's gnarly.
he does not care. He doesn't care.
He'll go.
He will go.
We will go. We love that. Also, there's a brand new episode of Last Resort with Stand Up now.
And by
It's
brand
an
new-
absolute banger.
Like over a week ago. But you haven't
Yeah,
been
for
around.
us,
You haven't been around.
I'm gonna hit stop on that feed
Why?
because I don't want because if if an iPad dies when you're doing a live stream, you lose the whole thing.
You do?
Yeah,
So what are you, how are you
I
gonna do?
think so.
What are you gonna do? It's
Oh, no, keep selling snow news.
but it's plugged in.
It's not.
It looks like it's plugged in. What is that plugged into?
Let's plug in the audio.
Oh.
Here, let's do this.
Huh.
So it might sound like crap, but what are you gonna do?
All right, so that is snowboard news. Obviously, we are dealing with a summertime situation.
Oh, it's summer.
And yeah, snowboard news kind of dwindled.
We'll have snow news all through the summer, though. Nerd News is brought to you by VesselShipping.com.
Tomorrow, I
Vessel.com.
believe it's tomorrow, is the Acolyte starts on Disney Plus.
God bless
The new
you.
Star Wars.
Are you okay?
You gonna see it?
What is it?
You gonna watch it? It's the new Star Wars one.
What is it?
It's about Star Wars and about the before the Jedi's showed up.
Is it Oh, it's before.
Yeah.
It's like a origin story.
Kind of.
Love a good origin story. What did I watch? I told you that about Baby Reindeer, and that is just disturbing.
What?
Baby Reindeer show on Netflix. Everyone's talking about it. It's disturbing.
It's about baby
It's
reindeer.
entertaining. No, it's
What's the baby reindeer?
Sweet.
Baby reindeer on ice. That's like how I
It's about a
describe it.
stalker,
Why are they called baby
a
reindeer?
reverse stalker.
Why is it? What is the baby reindeer tie-in?
Because that's what the stalker calls the guy.
Calls him a baby reindeer.
It's just don't watch it.
I love
I
it.
watched it, I binged it, and it was just
It's a feel bad.
a feel bad show.
God, dude.
Um,
How do these? This is a serious question. Like,
Okay.
how do these directors do you remember that movie Happiness?
Wait, just I was gonna
hear me
say it's a true story.
which makes it even more depressing.
Yeah.
But there's like these movies, right? Like
Yeah.
the movie Happiness.
Okay.
Okay, this came out I think in like mid '90s.
I don't think I ever saw
It's
it.
literally the most fucked up,
Sad.
sad, like disturbing It's one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen, and I'm always just wondering, like, how do these things get funded? Like, you have to present your idea to like a studio, right? And there has to be like 6 people that sign off on it.
Yeah.
And at what point are like 6 people agreeing? You know what would be great is a movie that makes you feel fucking horrible.
Look, it's
when you leave.
misery loves company.
Yeah, but misery, like, I don't. It's like some of these movies that come out, like these serious movies that you leave the movie theater and you just want to like swallow shards of glass. Like, what the fuck?
They're not for you.
Who are they for?
You know what I watched?
Goths?
So,
I think these kind of movies would make goths like be like, you know what? Maybe it's time to ditch the white makeup.
I watched a lot of Netflix on my evenings because, like, when I go on the surf work trips, you go to bed at like 8 o'clock. But I watched Ashley Madison documentary on Netflix.
Is that the wife, the adultery?
Yeah, they like it was that website that I never signed up for it. But there was some good. It was like. It was kind of, it was a little depressing, but at the same time, entertaining.
Oh, fuck, I forgot to tell you this.
What?
Go see Furiosa.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, dude. It's so
I'm going to watch that
freaking good. Don't watch it at home.
I have to. I'm leaving town for 3 weeks.
It's still going to be in the movies when you get back.
Okay, maybe I'll do that.
It's so good.
Perfect 100 on Rotten Tomatoes?
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's a perfect 100 in my heart. It's like one of those things where, like, I wasn't bored at all.
Right.
Chris Helmsworth is insanely good.
Whatever
the fuck his name is. He doesn't care. He has enough money. He doesn't have to.
Well, he's a fan of the show, and you're saying his name wrong.
How I say his name isn't going to impact him financially.
Might.
Who cares?
He might be less muscular if he says his name wrong.
Anyway.
And it's what's at the girl from the chess movie, Anna Taylor-Joy.
Yes.
She in it?
She's very bizarre looking.
She's Furioso as a
young
Furioso. That's the feminine.
She looks like an elf.
She's
like
elven.
Like a fairy.
I think she's a bit elven.
But it's really good. You see the beginning stages of like the War Boys, and it's so good.
I can't wait. I will see that. I will break my vow to never go to a theater again for Furiosa.
Why wouldn't you go to a theater? Is it because of the popcorn?
Because that guy that was sneezing by me.
Where's the Dune popcorn bucket? What if you showed
Get
up?
the Dune popcorn
what
bucket.
if you showed up at Furiosa with the Dune popcorn bucket, and you're like, I'm here. I'm here for Furiosa.
I love that. Any other nerd news?
That is it.
Okay, we got some questions. Questions are brought to you by. Questions are brought to you by Mint Tours, because the tours are opening. You better sign up. We got a question from Danny Caputo. Monday Mass question. How would you react to being called a perpetual teenager? Like this. Because it happens all the time, and I'm totally down with it. Aren't you?
Smug? You give a smug
I go,
look?
yeah, thank you.
Who cares?
Because people call him a boy man, a man-child.
Boy man?
A perennial teenager all the time. Does anybody call you boy man?
Boy man.
Anyway.
Is that a superhero?
Danny, we're with you. You're with us. We are going to stay young until we die.
That's right.
And if anybody says, "Do you acting like a teenager?" say, "Thank you."
You know, I know you are, but what am I? It's the ultimate comeback, really.
DJ, DC Jones, 87, says, Todd, Chris, have you either ever experienced sleep paralysis?
Yeah, I think I have. In Fiji, actually. On
Really?
Tabarua.
What do you mean by that?
I meant I woke up in the middle of the night, and this is a crazy thing because there's more to this story, but I woke up in Fiji. We're on the island of Tabarua, and I woke up and I was pinned to the bed, and I was fully conscious.
That was a ghost.
Fully conscious. The crazy story is the next morning at breakfast, I was telling somebody, and then somebody else walked over and said, "Oh, you had the ghost of the island."
Did anything else happen to you?
No, they didn't. My pants didn't fly off.
I've had like sleeping arms. You know, you sleep on your arm. So, and there's actually a Boilermaker, one of Todd and I's favorite bands. There's a Boilermaker, early Boilermaker song.
I thought that's
talking about.
I thought that's
like,
called The Stranger. You do that on purpose.
Why won't my arms move? Mikey Wynn says, Todd, is there going to be a Die Later sticker coming soon?
Yes.
Good call.
Yeah.
Hanali, what's up, Hana? She says, besides Italo, who else do you wish could be at Chopo for the Olympics? Kelly Slater. There has been some, of course.
Really?
There's been some people writing articles and stuff saying that Felipe should relinquish his position to Italo, but it does not work like that. You can't just gift a thing. I had some people hitting me up about like petition to get Kelly in the Olympics. I would love to see Kelly in the Olympics, but
would he go for Syria?
No, it's too late.
Yeah,
qualifiers are done.
Yeah, that sucks.
Wish he was in it.
Kelly would be great to have
on the podcast.
On the broadcast.
Yeah. Well, I'll be on the broadcast instead of Kelly.
Well, you're
great question, Hannah.
You're on the Olympic broadcast channel.
The B team, you're saying? The B team.
Okay, what else you got?
What else we got here? We got a assorted surf picks wants to know who you picking to win in El Salvador.
It's a right.
A rippable right.
It's a rippable right. Honestly, I think Medina is incredibly deadly on his backhand.
Okay. You're going Brazilian Storm.
I kind of feel like Medina's got something to prove. Now, depending on
he's
how...
angry.
Yeah, he's kind of angry.
Yeah, which is good for surf fans, because when he gets angry, it's fun to watch.
Do you think... Okay, so who in the... I mean...
Katie Simmers is going to win for the women.
Okay.
It's either going to be Katie or Brisa. I'm going to say that. For the men... Ooh. Ryan
Keller.
Arcal.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a good dark horse pick. Medina's a good pick. I'm gonna say so. Griffin won there last year, right?
Yeah, actually, you know what? I feel like Griffin probably has the advantage because it's the most like the wave that he surfs all the time.
Most like lowers.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna go Griffin.
I'm gonna go Griffin.
All right. I'm just gonna go John because I saw the look on his face when he didn't win in Tavera.
Was he bummed?
He was pissed.
He was pissed.
Yeah, he's pissed.
Because he didn't get the chance.
Him and Italo both haven't won an event in a while.
Yeah.
So I'm going John,
all right.
and Katie, but those are our assorted surf picks. Ginger Slaughter. Many spots getting more and more crowded. Is it just a trend or will it stay crowded? And what to do about it? It's going to stay crowded. It's going to get more crowded. What to do about it is just, I always think that surfing at different times in the day helps because you might not have like the glassiest, cleanest conditions, but you're gonna have the least crowd to worry about. 11 to 4 in the afternoon, wherever you're at.
I have a different take.
And have a good attitude because it's gonna get more crowded. Yeah.
No one snakes the person that seems like they're insane in the lineup.
Oh, so act crazy.
Act insane.
That's really good.
If you're there's literally
Really
an insane person that surfs at our break. No one gets near him. And when he goes, you can't tell what's going to happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Be the insane person in the lineup.
Great idea, Todd. It's a great idea. Last question. Matt Allen says, Chris, which CT surfer gets the most waves during free surf sessions? Does it vary by location? It does not vary by location. The two surfers who get the most waves during free surf sessions, surprise, surprise, are Brazilians. They are Italo and Gabriel. So that's who wins.
That's who wins.
Yeah, that's who wins. And is that it?
I think so.
I think that's it.
Is it?
I think that's it. Are you calling someone?
No, I'm just texting somebody here.
Okay. Well, while Todd texts, I'm going to wrap up the show. I'm headed to El Salvador tonight. And there's nothing valuable at my house, so the bling ring type of situation. Go ahead. There's nothing there. Because when celebrities would announce that they're going, I'm going to Cannes Film Festival, then people go, oh, we're going to rob their house when they're gone.
Huh.
I don't know why that came up.
All right, well, I will.
Todd will be here.
I'll be here.
Yeah, you can find Todd anytime.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. And thanks for joining us here on the Monday M.A.S.S.
Our shows are so much better when we're here together.
Yeah, well, the audio isn't fucked up. See you guys later.